Good afternoon. Welcome to Arctic Edge Arena here. Game 3 of the Tier 1 Elite Hockey League Showcase. Fox will take on the Ohio Junior Blue Jackets. First meeting of the year between these two teams. Fox comes in 1-1, having beaten North Jersey in the first game and losing 2-1 to St. Louis. Starting lineup is going to be Mason Martin in net, Jack Granville, Parker Durrani at D, Jake Antaya, Mason Hartz, Kai Molyneux at forward. Hart's in to take the draw. Tied up, 1-2 Ohio, all the way in the zone. Goalie plays it behind the net, rimmed around. Ohio with it through the middle, out of the zone. Parker at the red line. Parker rims in deep, up near side. By Ohio flip, not out of the zone. Granville with it. Backhands this in deep. Hartz gives chase, far side corner. Not going to get there, and Taya cuts it out behind the net. He's got Kai in the middle, doesn't connect. Parker with it, now top of the circle. Parker shot, blocked into the corner. Hartz gives chase, Ohio with it, around the hit, in 3-on-2. And Taya evens up numbers, tuck in behind Jack Granville. Goes wide, shot, Mason, doesn't have to save this, goes wide. Koisher off the bench now. Durrani cuts this off, goes through the middle, misses Antaya. D with it for Ohio, chipped out of the zone. Granville cuts this off, rims in deep. Dylan gives chase, far corner, Dylan first one there. Dylan on it. Dylan tries to pull to Ryan. Kick through by Ohio, connects through the middle. Ohio exits 2-on-2 on Krochak and Langen. Chipped in deep behind Andrew. Mason thought about playing it. Andrew with it behind the net now. Krochak, far side, Langen. Langen skates up in front of the Fox bench and moves the near side to Koisher. Koisher enters the zone. Ryan in, delays, far side, Adams, backhander is saved and covered. Dylan, Ryan, Ryder, Andrew, Langen. Face off, one, up to Krochak. Takes a look, over to Langen. Jack pitches down deep for Ryan. Ryan with it, gets out, through the middle, connects, Langen, in deep. Martin sets this up for Krochak. And now my Krochak gets it back to Langen. Langen enters the zone to Ryder, Ryder to Ryan, chip wide. Ball with it, thrown up the boards to Krochak. Krochak, evades one, evades two. He's got Adams, can't get it to him, slides it over to Coops instead. Coops to Adams, to Koisher, shot save. Walk in the corner. Ohio with it, rips through the middle, connects. In on Fink, takes this away. Fink with it, near side now, we're Coops. Coops skates this up, neutral zone. Ball chips this in for Kale. Kale pokes this through the middle, up behind the net. Rimmed around by Columbus. Hit by Ball. Kale picks this up, throws it down deep. Ohio with it. Chip, Fink cuts this up. Loose in the middle. Fink rims this down hard around. Kale gives chase. Poked away to Coops. Coops pitches in deep. Fox touches up. Kai gets chase. Kai not going to get there. Puck through the middle. Columbus. Kale gets a stick on this. Out of play. Day, Hartz, Molyneux, Durrani, Granville. Draw, one by Fox. Durrani grabs this, takes a look, settles it, goes D to Granville. Granville through the middle. Hartz tips this, bouncing puck through the feet, comes to Kai. Kai goes wide, top of the circle, overskates this, gets tied up, gets help from Day. Puck bounces free to Parker. He rims it around for Hartz. Hartz near side corner. Pitches that back behind the net. Kai picks this up. Swipes in the middle. It's on Day's backhand. Can't get a good look at it. Ohio throws this down the ice. Icing arm is up and home. Dylan, Ryan, Ryder, Andrew, Jack. Face off one by Ryan, up to Andrew. Andrew drops for Adams. Adams to the middle, Langen shot save. Puck chipped by Ohio, not out. Andrew holds the line, chips it back in for Dylan. Dylan puts this in deep. Rim through, Adams steps. Langen has that poke pass in. Andrew picks this up. D-zone takes a look. Sauces one ahead for Adams. Adams skates into it. Sends one through the middle, misses Dylan. Dylan with pressure, puck out of the zone to Andrew. Andrew over to Jack. Jack on his backhand. Red line, deep. Goalie out to play it. Sets this up, moves it to his D, near side corner. D to D behind the net, connects. Through the middle. Ohio connects. In on Langen. Jack with a hit, puck in deep. Kale's the first one there. Kale picks this up. Drops it for Coops. Coops behind the net. Off the boards for Jack. Jack back to Costa. Costa takes a look up ice. The ball. Ball skates around one, skates around two. Easton enters his zone. Poked off his stick. Comes to Coops. Coops switches with Kale offsides. Marks, Day, and Taya Fink Coops. Face off on Ohio stick behind the net. Poked away by Antaya. Antaya with it. In the middle, Hart shot save. Ohio with it. Near side connects. In on Coops. Chipped around him. Coops with the body. Takes this away. Puck free. Costa. Costa through the middle. Connects with Hart. Hart's in deep. Goalie plays this around. And Antaya gets a stick on this. Comes right to Columbus. So he skates out with speed. Granville picks him up. That puck hits Granville's skate. Goes just short of the Columbus bench. They regroup. Near side connects. In on Granville. Pitched in deep. Big bounce off the boards to Parker. Adams calling for it. Parker settles it behind the net instead. To Granville. Granville skates this up. Near side hits Ryan. Ryan enters his zone with Adams and Dylan. Rips one over to Dylan. Too far. Dylan picks this up off the board. Evades. Has that taken off his stick. Parker picks it up at the red line. Rips in deep. Fox touches up. Goalie sets it up behind the net. Near side for his D. D to D behind the net. Far side now. Chips. Not out of the zone. Held up by Parker. Parker sends one down low. Ryan turns the corner. Shoots. Scores. Toysher with the first of the game. Penny, Ball, Thornton, Lang, and Crochop. It's not tied up. Columbus takes this. Ball, which is in deep. Kale, chip past him. It's Langens. Poked in past him. Penny picks this up. Penny tries to cycle it. Goes to Ball instead. Ball tries to chip ahead over Penny's hand. Buck bounces free to Braxton. Braxton tries to push this forward. Taken by Ohio. Going back in the zone. Andrew to Jack. Jack through the middle. Hits Braxton. Braxton ahead to Kale. Runs right into the linesman. Ball on it in the middle. To Penny. Penny. Ball. Nope. Ohio. Pulls this out. Kale gets a piece of this. Ball with a hit. Columbus with it. Chipped in deep on Martin. Mason behind the net sets this up for Andrew. Andrew to Langen. Langen cross-ice the ball. Ball tries to bounce it. Hits the linesman skates. Andrew to Kale. Kale backhands this in deep. Gets a change. Kai in after it. Kai with the hit behind the net. Frees this up. Hart's on it. Puck pops D side. Kai takes this. Kai with it behind the net. Sets up. Backhander. Up top for Coops. Coops shot through. Saved loose. Shot again. Now it's covered. .9:56 left, first period. 1-0 Fox. Harps and Taya Molyneux Fink Coops. Columbus with it, behind the net, D to D. Far side connects through the middle. Hartz gets a stick on this. Columbus gets the rest of it in deep. Mason sets this up, rims it around for Kai, lifts the stick, but comes all the way to the point. Ohio keeps this in. Poked down deep. Fink's the first one there. Rimmed off his stick. Ohio keeps this in. Fink follows through with the body. Collects the puck. Tied up along the boards. Fink and Hartz. Puck popped up the wall. Columbus takes this. Coop pokes it away. Takes the body. Puts it in the corner. Fink skates into it and poked off his stick behind the net. Puck with Ohio in the corner. Hartz with a hit. Still loose. Ohio with it. Centering pass doesn't connect. And Taya throws this out. Kai gives chase. No icing. Goalie out to play it. Sets this over to his wing. Move back to the D. Kai with it. Ryan's line out now with Granville and Parker. That's thrown around Granville. He's going to pick this up. Good delay by Dylan to not draw the too many men. Through the middle. Bouncing puck picked off. And on the D. Shot. Mason saves this. Takes off up to the point. Down low. Parker's going to pick this up. Kicks to himself. Through the contact. Gets help from Dylan. Dylan through the middle. Parker picks this up near side. Parker in around. Through the middle. Dylan. Oh, man. Dylan had a backdoor pass that hit. Ryan puts the net back on the peg, so we keep playing. Mason leaves this for Granville. Picked off and will come to Ryder. Ryder chips ahead. Dylan chips in. Hits the defenseman. Partner picks it up in front of the net. Chipped away. Nope. Dylan gets this. Turned over to Ryder. He's got Ryan in the middle. Moves it to Ryan. Ryan tries to tuck this in. Loose. Ryder Adams pokes this in. Adams from Toy Shoe. Penny, Day, Ball, Langen, Krochuk. Face off still in the dot. Won by Columbus. D to D. Through the middle. Hits a stick. Langen takes it. Chips softly for Liam. Liam pokes it ahead for Penny. Penny enters his zone with Liam. Penny delays. The Liam. Good play by the D. Takes this opportunity away. Columbus off the boards. Not going to get there. Langen picks this up. Langen takes it behind the net. Gives chase. Through the middle. Hits Day. Day tips it in deep. Day gives chase. Centers one. Ball. Shot. Save. Good play by Liam Day. Finds Easton through the middle. Easton got saved on the blocker, though. Day cuts through the middle around the contact. Penny picks this up. Penny ran off that puck. Columbus exits now. With it through the middle. And on Coops. Coops sends him wide. Drop pass. Andrew takes this away behind the net. Ohio with it. And it sends it all the way around. Andrew gives chase. He's not going to get there. Ties up the body. Ohio comes away with it. Off the board to the D. Sent right back down. Rolling in behind Mason now. Mason pulls this off the boards for Andrew. Krochuk around one. Comes out near side. Andrew's hooked. The Fox will go to the power play here. Mason out of his net. And Taya sets up behind the net. Kai skates into this. Dylan calling for it. Kai around one, around two. Kai skates in. Goes wide. Shot. Save. His name's Kai. Kai Malino. He's from Alaska.
Well, he just diced the entire
Yeah, he's a Blazer. Ooh. Ryan, Ryder, Dylan, Andrew, Parker. Ryan pulls this ahead to Dylan, to Andrew, to Parker, to Ryan. Ryan down low. Pass through the middle. Taken away by Ohio. He doesn't leave his own. Parker with it. Duraney to Krochuk. Krochuk sends one through. Save. 1:42 left on the power play. Same five. Glacier in to take the draw. Wins this clean to Dylan. Dylan to Parker. Parker to Ryan. Ryan to D-Ray. Down low. Ryder to Ryan. One timer. It goes wide. Going to come all the way out of the zone. Parker will pick this up at the far blue line. Parker settles it. Takes a look. Ryan skates through. Parker chips to him. Ryan enters the zone. In. Goes wide. Drops for Parker. Parker cross ice hits Andrew. Andrew drops for Parker. Parker back to Andrew. 1:10 left on the power play. Andrew to Ryan. Back to Ryan. Backdoor. Adams had a shot at it. Couldn't bury it. Andrew off the boards to Parker. To Ryan. Ryan down to Ryder. To Andrew. Shots blocked up into the netting. Ball, Penny, Molyneux, Coops, and Langen now. 49 seconds on the power play. Langen to Coops. Back to Langen. Coops. Tie. Down. Penny fans on the pass. Langen takes it in the corner. Off the boards to Coops. He fans on this. Pulls it out now. Seals it back to Langen. He enters with Penny. Langen tries to go down to Jack. To Penny. It's taken away. Coops. The ball. 22 seconds on the power play. Ball skates through the contact. Chips around. Ball has that taken away. Cuts right back to Coops though. Coops takes a look. Over to Langen. 10 seconds on the power play. Coops enters the zone. No, he doesn't. Throws it to Langen. 5 seconds left now. Todd enters the zone. Ty delays. Down to Penny. Penny back in her ball. Misses. Langen has his stick tied up. Up to Coops. Over to Kai. In the corner. Five-a-side hockey now. Up top for Coops. He's not going to keep this in. Puck comes all the way down to Mason. Pulls it off the boards to Parker. Parker takes a look. Ran off the puck behind the net, but Fink in for it. Fink back into it along. Not going to get there. Ohio with it in the corner. Hartz ties him up, takes him down. Gets help from Parker. Puck cycled in deep, now on Fink's tip. Fink rims hard around. Gets past tail. Shot thrown in deep. Behind the net, Parker gives chase. Parker takes a hit, gets the puck, gets help from Fink. Parker comes out with it. Up for Kale. Kale chips ahead for Hartz. Hartz kicks it in the zone. He's got Kale with him. Hartz. Kale fans on it. Puck comes to Fink. Kale with the hit, ties this up. Fink with the puck. Throwing down deep. Rims all the way around. Hartz will go down low for it. Cycled around, and Taya gives chase. Through the middle. That is... Looked like it was close to the high stick, but it wasn't. Puck turned away. Columbus throws through the middle. Puck comes to Antaya. Antaya in deep. Kale gives chase. Goalie sets this up. Kale almost gets to this first. Adams steps in. Cuts this off. Andrew. In deep. Goalie with it. Plays it to his D. Adams gives chase. Through the middle. Andrew with it. 2:45 left in the first period. Langen hits Dylan, springs him through the middle. Good play by the D, takes this away. Dylan behind the net, pulls this away. Adams can't get to that cycle pass. Andrew steps for it. Andrew, Adams, Columbus behind the net, D to D. Cuts right up the middle with room. Misses. Pops free through Andrew and Jack. Andrew taken down. Up to the point now. Ohio with it. At the hash mark. Spins around Dylan. Down low behind the goal line with it. Now throws the brakes on. Takes a look. Up to the point. Out of the zone. Adams pressures, D near side. Adams gets a stick on this. Columbus can't turn that in deep. Goes back to the deep. Kai on the forecheck. Spins him away. Behind the goal line now. Kai picks him up, pokes this away, ball on it. Ball's got Penny in the middle. It's Penny, shot goes wide. Ball with it behind the net now. Ball skates all the way around, drops to Duraney. Duraney shot goes wide. Ball's going to pick this, and nope, goes to Granville. Granville sends one through tip, covered. Face off one. Kai Parker. Parker shoots. Blocker saved into the corner. Chip to the middle. Granville keeps this in. Move down low. D with it. Throws the brakes on. Heads out near side. Poke through the middle. Connects. Kai with a stick lift. Turns him away. Columbus throws this in deep. Goes wide. Big bounce. Comes all the way around. D steps for it. Gets there before Braxton. Puck cycled down to Granville. He exits his zone with it. Far side. Jack skates this out. Skates it all the way up. Backhands one in deep. Gives chase. Penny gets a stick on this. Puck thrown through the middle. Granville boots this back down low. Thompson caught. Ohio with it. Thrown. Not out. Hits Granville. Tries to throw it deep. Cuts off by Ohio. I had to tag up there. Couldn't drag it through. Puck hits the ref in front of the bench. Harts to the contact to Antea. Tries to drag it through. Taken by Ohio. Easy Harts. Gay knocked off this puck. Comes to Fink. Down low. Antea. Gay. Shot save. Gay. Behind the goal line with it. Down to Harts. Harts takes a look. Throws the brakes on. Gay. Wow. Can't believe he didn't go there. Harts backhands one along the end boards. Columbus tries to go this out. Fink saddles it. And that will do it for the period. Lions line out with Coops and Fink. Puck free to Dill. Chips it. Pass to D. Goes gives chase. Dillon with the puck in the corner. At the hash mark now. Drops it for Ryder. Ryder picks it up. Knocked off this puck through the middle. Columbus. Ohio breaks out. And 2-on-2. Coops sends him wide. Puck down low. Fink pokes this free. In the corner now. Ohio turns the corner. Shot. Mason fights this off in the corner. Coops gloves this down. Ohio takes it. Behind the goal line. Koisher flips to Fink. Fink with a little bit of time, skates into it, moves it out of the zone, right back in though. Mason off to play it. Fires it up for Dylan. Dylan keeps it into the zone. He's got Ryder with him. Sends one through, picked off by Ohio. Try to chip out, doesn't get it out. Turned away. Ohio through the middle. Andrew gloves this down. Excuse me. Shot from Dylan. Andrew shot wide. Langan on it. Sends one through. Save. Through the middle. Connects. No icing. Langan. Andrew ran off this puck. Side of the net. Mason seals the post. Andrew takes the puck. Andrew cuts right up the middle. Got Ty. Ty turned over. Andrew bails him out. Andrew through the middle. Up for ball. He's got Penny with him. Ball. Penny scores. Hearts ball. Thornton. Hearts Day. Thornton to Rainey Granville. Goalie with it behind the net. Day cuts this off. Through the middle. Hits Hearts' stick. Dale keeps this in momentarily. Overstated. Hearts with it. Day. Delaney. Granville. Up for Kale. Chips it ahead. Taken by Ohio. Granville skates right into it. Round one, round two. Granville centers one. Hearts shot. Doesn't connect. Ohio with it. Out of the zone. Yep. Delaney with it. Rims in deep. Goalie doesn't get there. Hearts, first one there. Seals it for Kale. Kale walks in. Drops to Day. Back for Kale. His stick tied up. Comes to Parker. Parker down for Kale. Tries to center one. Hits a stick. Parker gloves this down. Holds the blue line. Rim down deep. Fink picks this up. He sends it down low. Ohio through the middle. That might be on Mason. It is. Mason plays it. Up for Adams. Adams chips for Teuscher. Teuscher enters the zone. Goes wide. Got Dylan in the middle. Wraps this around. Centers one. Hits Dylan. Dylan backender. Save. And that's off. Ryan, Dylan, Ryder, coast to Fink. Face off. One by Ohio. Dylan with the hit. Dylan wins this. Tries to back end it to Ryan. Taken by Ohio. Dylan on the back check. This puck slipped out of the zone. Tries to get past Costa. Can't. Turned over though. Ohio with it. Ryan takes him wide. Pushes him against the boards. Gets around Fink. Fink takes him wide. Up in the corner now. Backhander connects. Ryan takes this away. On the goal line, Ryan with it. Cycles it hard for Coops. Ohio's going to get there first. Coops ties him up. Fink with it. Fink pulls this out behind Mason. Over to Dylan. Dylan takes a look. Dylan's got Costa far side. Glove down by Ohio. Comes right back to Dylan though. Tries to drag it in. Adams with a whack at the blue line. Has his stick tied up. Columbus takes this. Coops picks this up. Coops through the middle. Hits Penny. Penny skates in. Puck drop. Poke free. Pass the D. Andrew gets back first up. Andrew throws the brakes down in the corner. Near side hits Ty. Ty back to Andrew. Andrew enters the zone. Throws the brakes down. Tied up. Poke pass. Nope. Ball saves it at the blue line. Rims it in. Now Ohio gets it out. That's going to be on Mason. He plays it. Moves it over to Jack behind the net. Langen, near side Kai. Kai to the middle, hits ball. Ball walks in, goes wide. Got Braxton in the middle. Got Kai trailing just past him to Parker. Parker walks the middle, shoots, save. Puck in the corner with Parker. Down for ball. Ball for Kai. Kai poked off his stick. Cycle ball. Centers to Penny, poked away. Ohio with it. Exit now with speed. Through the middle. Kai doesn't get enough of him. Poked away by Parker. Langen with it. He's got Hearts. Delaney around one, around two. Hearts on it. On the blue line, taken away from him. Parker throws this in deep. And Taya gets chased. Jake picks this up. Sends one to Hearts. Tipped wide. In the corner. Ohio poked away by Kale. Right to Taya. And Taya moved up to Parker. Parker shot. Loose. Taya can't glove this down. Puck comes out of the zone. Jake with it. Jake drops to Granville. Granville sauces one ahead. Kale gets a piece of it. Puck in deep. Cycled around. Kale gets there first. Ties this up. Skates into it. Drags through. Hits his own skate. Goes in with Taya. And Taya cycles in deep. No, he doesn't. Taken away. Out of the zone. Parker. Parker to Granville. Granville to Teuscher. Ryan. Kale's offside. Got touch back up. Parker turns him over. Ryan can't get there. Adams with a big hit. Puts him down. Puck rimmed around. Parker on it. Parker with it. Through the middle. Ryan's going to skate into this. He's got Ryder and Dylan. Ryan. Middle. Dylan. Side of the net. Ryan with it. Tries to go to Fink up at the point. Doesn't make it through. Ryan with it behind the goal line. Off the boards for Adams. Skips off his stick into the corner. Ryder up top for Fink. Walks the blue line. Goes the breaks on. Sends one through. Ryan with it. Or Dylan with a tip rather. Comes to Ryder. Shot. Saved in the corner. Parker ties. Or Parker. Ryder ties this up. Comes to Dylan. He backhands one up to the point to Costa. Oops. Sends one high. Glove save. Gay on him in the corner. Pulls this free. Has his stick tied up. Top free to Ohio. In the corner. Kai on it. Puck comes down to Liam. Kai kicks to himself. Down to Day. Puck down behind the goal. Now Ohio with it. Through the middle. Braxton puts this free. Kai with it. Goes wide. Save. Oh, runs into the goalie. That's going to be a whistle. Oh, did he? Hartz and Taya, Thorington, Crochalk, Langen. Ohio with it. Out of the zone. Poke past Andrew. Andrew without a stick. Langen reverses this. Skates into it. Up the wall to Kale. Kale ties this up. Holds free. Andrew on it. Off the boards for Kale. Kale with time. Skates into this through the middle of the Hearts. Hearts to Langen. Walks in. Shoots. Save. Time for a nice cut here. All right, welcome back. 8:56, second period. Fox up 3-0. Ryan, Dillon, Ryder, Parker, Granville to start. Face off in the offensive zone. Face off one to Parker. Parker drops for Ryder. Through the middle, Ryder shot save. Granville down low with it. Flips it down to Ryan. Dillon splits the D. He's not going to get there. Io breaks out through the middle. Nope. Ryder skate. Ryder takes that away. Chip behind the net, D to D, and back. Near side now. Through the middle. It's going to be a nice one. Ryder to Jack. Granville seals the wall. Thrown down deep. Ryan on it. Ryan backhands one, splits Ryder and Dillon. Ryder with it. Flips around. Columbus is going to take this. They skated out. Nope. Parker keeps this in. Thrown deep for Dillon. Throwing. Battles. Gets tied up. Ohio skates this out through the middle. Granville has it over to Parker. Parker heads up ice. Parker skates this in. Spins. Off the boards. Ryder over to Granville. Granville's got Ryan in the middle. Throws one wide though. Ryan extends the stick. Keeps this down low. Ryder with the hit. Ryan moves his puck up to Parker. Parker over to Granville. Skips over his stick. Jack picks this up. Sends one down. Wide. Parker races over. He's going to keep this in front of the Fox bench. Backhands it along all the way behind the net. Adams leaves this for Dillon. Dillon up top for Jack. Jack keeps this in. Rims it down behind Dillon. Ryan behind the net's not going to get there. Columbus gets it first. Ryan whips on the hit. Ryder with the hit though. Ryan ties the stick. Thrown not out of his zone. Parker on it. Parker delays. Shot. Save. Kai, Easton, Braxton, Andrew, Langen. Face off one up to Andrew. Drops for Easton. Easton walks down, sends one through, saved into the corner. Kai with the body. Doesn't get the puck. Easton does though. Drops it for Kai. Kai knocked off this puck. Penny in to take it. Down for Easton. Easton avoids the hit. Centers one. Penny can't get a shot. Now he does over the net. Kai side of the net. Fans on this. Ohio takes it. Through the middle. Out of the zone. Chip past Andrew in deep. First one there is Langen. Seals it up with Andrew. Andrew tries to move this along to Easton. Penny in to support Penny. Off the boards to Easton. Nope, taken by Ohio. Thrown beneath the goal line. Rimmed around. Up in the corner on Ohio with Andrew. Andrew turns him over to Kai. Kai enters the zone with Andrew. Kai cuts the middle. Shot. Doesn't make it through. Ball. Ridden off this puck. Ohio skates into a ball. Gathers it. Ball. Langen over to Fink. Fink on his backhand. Backhand's one on net. Loose. And Kai Street Braxton shoots, scores. Penny with another one. Hartson, Taya, Thorrington, Coops, Fink. Hartz wins this to Fink. To Coops. To Kale. Chips ahead for Hartz. Ohio gets their first. Puck's back to Kale. He throws this in deep. Fox touches up. And Taya gives chase. Hart steps down for it. He's not going to get there. Fink gloves it down. Fink throws this in deep. Nope, taken by Ohio. Through the middle. Kale with a hit. Coops with the puck. Coops with it. Enters his zone. Slides one over to Kale. Hits off his stick. Kale down low for Antaya. Antaya with it. Centers one. Nope. Antaya still with it in his feet. Gets this back. Hearts. Off the boards for Fink. Fink sends one through. Kale with a tip. Save. Ohio poked away. Antaya. Centers one. Not going to get through. Hearts on it. Over to Kale. Kale back to Hearts. Hearts shoots. Save. Comes to Fink. Fink sends one that's blocked wide. Ohio lets the chip out. Fink holds the line. Ohio comes away with it. One-on-one on Coops. Costa sends him wide. Takes the puck. Fink up top for Dylan. Hits him in the skate. Ohio knocks this out. Ryan on it. Moves to Dylan. Dylan to Adams. To Ryan. Side of the net. Shot scores. It's off 1, 2, Fox. Delaney with it. Over to Dylan. Dylan up ahead. Just gets off the stick. Ryder gives chase. Ohio's first one's in. Lead Records with it. Through the middle. Doesn't connect. Parker on it. Goes in deep. Goalie sets this up. Dylan doesn't get there. In the corner, Ryan pressures. Ryan with it behind the goal line. Centers one up in the air. Glove down by Ohio. Ryan pulls this out in the crease. Goalie lunges for it. Covers. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep, he was the one in net when we beat Caesars.
He's leaning towards mission.
Oh, okay.
Mission that's their issue.
Is it? Face off 1. Kai. Turned over. Penny bails him out though. Langan on it. Backhands deep to Penny. To Kai in the middle. Kai falling down. Comes right back to him. Jose, puck in the corner. Kai picks this up. Centers one. Penny one-timer goes wide. Langan down for it. Bats it in deep. Kai behind the goal line. Tries the center one. Doesn't make it through. Behind the net. Ohio through the middle. Doesn't connect. Going to go behind Andrew. Andrew picks this up. Backhands one behind the net. Langan back to Andrew. Andrew through the middle. Penny to Day. Day enters. Misses Kai. Turned over. Ohio with it. Pitches through the middle. Ripped in deep. Goes wide. Andrew gets his shot side of the net. Doesn't make it through. Andrew picks it up in the corner. High off the glass. It settles. Kai skates into it. Has that poked off his stick. Hits Day. Goes into the Fox bench. Two or three.
We haven't broke double-digit shots in 5 games.
Really? Oh. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. Heart. Oh, yeah? Coops to Fink. Out there with Antaya, Thornton, and Hearts. Fink drags this in. Centers one. Antaya with a stick on it. Save. Antaya, side of the net. Shot goes wide. Puck in the corner. Tail gets chase. Ohio gets there first. Off the glass. Oops. Bodies this down. It's in his feet. Hearts Taya with the hit. And Taya with the puck. And Taya pokes it in deep. Gives chase. Ohio comes out other side with it. Connects. Through the middle. In deep. Scoops. Tail. Throws this out. Ryan, Dylan, Ryder. Puck slid over to Dylan. He's got Ryan up ahead. Throws one softly. Ryan catches this. Knocked off his stick by the D. Puck behind the goal line. D with it. Poke past Dylan. Off the glass. Duraney boots this back in. Just past Dylan. Puck in the corner. Behind the net. Ohio sets up shop. Comes out near side. Through the middle. Connects off his stick. Parker takes it. Parker to Granville. Back to Parker. Parker through the middle. Hits Ryan. In deep. Or hits Ryder, rather. Ryder gets chased. Ryder takes his behind the goal line. Chip past Ryan. Comes up to the point. Granville. With room. Sends a shot. Stopped by the Columbus deep. Ryan all over him. Puck to Dylan. Dylan cycles down deep. Ryan pokes this. Blue Jackets take it away. Through the middle. Connects. Parker steps. Moves this in deep. Ohio with it. Penny hard off the change. Picks this up. Gets around the hit. Turned over though. Poked away by Braxton. Ball down low. Has that taken away. Columbus exits with numbers. Granville takes this away. Swipes it in the corner. Penny helps. Shot. Mason saved. Puck behind the goal line now. Parker in the corner. Off the glass. Blue Jackets with it. Ball on him. Near side. Connects. Chip through the middle. Splits the D. Granville gets over. Pokes this away. Puck down low. Granville to Parker. Too far. Goal line. Loose. Shot. Mason saves. Puck comes to Braxton. He flips this out softly. That's going to be a foot race for Ball. Ball. Columbus with it behind the net now. Bay pressures. Puck in. Poked away by Andrew. Glove down. With numbers. Langen ahead to Kale. Kale off the boards for Day. It's in his feet. Doesn't get in deep. Pro chalk on it. Exits with speed. Chips around one. Chips around two. Andrew still with it. Andrew enters his zone. In his feet. Shot. Glove save. 2 seconds left in the period. Same 5. Tied up. Dorrington and Taya Hart's think coops. Face off. 1, 2 Harts. Throws it in deep. Taya gets chased, goalie on it. Goalie throws in the corner. Tails first one there. Ties this up. Through the middle. Puck skip past Costa. It's going to be on Mason saves. Hope free to Coops. Coops with it. Pink helps. Up in the corner with Coops. Blue Jackets take it. Back in the corner, rimmed around to Kale. Kale tries to poke this along. Won by Ohio, back behind the goal line. Fink rims this around. Kale gets a stick on this. Slows it down. Going to be icing. Face off one on Parker's stick. Off the glass, tries to hit Ryder. Offsides. Face off one. Columbus throws this in the corner. Ryder chips to Ryan. Ryan enters the zone. Tries to poke around the D. Taken away. Chipped around Granville. Ryder picks him up. Ryder off the end boards for Parker. Parker through the middle to Ryder. Ryder enters. Tries to go around the D. Right up in the corner. Ryder avoids the hit. Ohio takes the puck. Flip past Day. Ohio still with it. Day ties him up. Ryder in the help. Granville steps down. Pitches this in deep. Ryder tries with the body. Ryan tries to skate into the puck. Ohio's first one there. In the corner, Ohio loses this. Poked by Day. Out of the zone. Ohio D steps into this. Rips one in, wide of Mason. Granville picks this up. Mason lets him know he's got time. Granville drops to Parker. Parker to Penny. To ball back to Braxton. Braxton drops the ball back to Braxton. Shoots. I think I got the post. Coach Hawk steps. Throws this in deep. Columbus with it. That's going to be... I'm going to wave that off. Mason plays this. Runs into Andrew. Turned over. Andrew gets it back up. Andrew hits a skate. Goes to Langen. Langen rims for Kai. Kai hits ball. Ball enters the zone. Drops for Kai. Kai goes around one. Throws the brakes on. Turned over to the middle. Braxton. Shot. Blocked. Back to Penny. Save. Taya, Hart, Snorrington, Langen, Krochow. Clean win by Hart to Andrew. Andrew walks the middle. Over to Langen. Langen, broken stick for somebody. Loose behind the net. It's a broken stick for Ohio. Kale steps, keeps this in deep. Hart's on it. Hart's back to Kale. Goal line, tries to drop it for Intaya. Turned over. Through the middle. Andrew gathers to Hart's. He's got Kale with him. Hart's. Kale tipped to Intaya. Shot. Down low. In the corner. Throwing heads up. Glacier Day, Lightfield, Fink, Coops. Face off 1 to Ohio. Shipped around Liam, right to Costa though. Costa in the neutral zone, picks this up, takes a look, throws it off the board for Dylan. Dylan swipes this in. Goalie plays it along. Ryan gives chase. Dylan forces that pass. Coops steps down, gets there. Dylan at the dot has his stick tied up. Ohio takes this, exits the zone. Coops forces them to dump it deep. Mason settles this for Fink. Fink throws the brakes on. Near side, fans on this pass. Gets help from Dylan. Dylan pitches it back behind the goal line for Ryan. Ryan throws the brakes on. Poked away from him. Turned over, down low. Centering pass. Now it's on the back of the net. Loose in the crease. Saved. Thrown out of the zone. It's going to be on net. Goalie's going to play this. Backhands it along for his D. Up ahead. Granville forces him to chip it in deep. Mason with it. Sets it up for Parker. Parker exits his zone with speed. In Braxton's feet. Doesn't connect. Ohio with it. Thrown out of the zone. Parker with it. Delaney behind the goal line. The ball. Ball tips this in deep. Goalie plays this along to his feet. Through the middle. Hits a stick. In the corner. Granville picks him up. Jack with the hit. Parker with the puck. Backhands one for ball. Ball's got Kai up ahead. Off Kai's stick. Columbus to Columbus. Back to the D. Thrown out of the zone. Parker's going to pick this up. No icing. Ball on it. Chips one through to Hartz. Hartz has his stick tied up. Slides one over to Kai. Doesn't connect. Down for Hartz. Through the middle. Off Kai's stick. Langan on it. Over to Andrew. Down low. Misses. Hartz. Loose. Thrown through the middle. Knocked down by Columbus. High stick. Hartz and Teo, Thornton, Lang, and Kochov. Face off 1 to Andrew. Backhands one down low for Hartz. Hartz tries to slide this long, doesn't make it through. Hits a stanchion, pops through the middle. 3-on-2 the other way. Columbus rips in deep. Mason gets a piece of this, not all of it. Poked away by Langan. Up to Kale. Kale moves this along, not out of the zone. Send down deep. Langan on it. Seals the body. Up with Langan. Andrew skates this out. Andrew and Taya. Poked along Kale. Backhander. Loose. Columbus with numbers. Poked away. Fink enters the zone. Drags through. He's hooked. Yep, Fox will go to the power play here. Or held. I'm going to go with a hold, not a hook. Penny, Ball, Molyneux, Lang, and Coops. One splits the D. Coops with it. Slides it over to Kai. Kai takes it behind the net. Exits now. Skates it up over to Ball. Ball in around 1. Cuts the middle. Ball with it on his stick. Drops for Kai. Kai up top for Costa. Costa to Jack. Jack drops to Costa. Costa over to Kai. Kai to Easton. Back to Kai. Misses. Chip back to Costa. Costa up for Easton. Off Easton's stick. Picks his pocket though. Cuts to the middle. Shot. Wide. With Penny. Nope, with Kai. High evades, gets a pick from Penny, moves it up to Costa. Costa, Jack, Costa, over to Kai. Kai shot, save. 58 seconds on the power play. New unit out. Granville and Duraney with Thornton, Hartz, and Taya. Clean into Granville. Shot through, goes wide. And Taya on it. To Duraney. To Granville. To and Taya. Shot over Kale's head wide. Parker picks this up. Moves it down to Jack. Jack to Parker. Parker down to Kale. Kale back up to Parker. Parker to Granville. Over to Taya. To Granville on his backhand. Over to Parker. Sends it through, tip wide, side of the net, behind the net. Ohio with it. Here's the chip around. They're going to have numbers. 3-on-2 the other way. Ripped in deep. 15 seconds left on the power play. And Taya with it. Drop for Parker. Parker skates this. Hartz. Round one. Round two. Hartz in. There's the zone. Goes wide. Fans on the shot. Even strength now. Oh, Hartz is going to get a call here. Hartz goes for a trip. Faceoff will come down in front of Mason now. Penny and Adams, Prochalk and Lyman. It's off. Andrew, fans on this, gets it back, tries to chip it out, hits Adams. Adams goes down, comes to Braxton, saved. Behind the net, Penny with it. Penny ran off this puck. Chip back to the D. Near side connects, skates it in, rimmed in deep. Mason thought about playing it. Far side, Blue Jackets pick this up. Penny forces it out of the zone. Puck flipped out by Langen. Columbus D with it, sets up behind the net. Adams, puck ripped in, hits Costa. Costa throws this in over Adams, gets Chase. Behind the net, Ryder switches with Ryan. Io exits now, far side. 1 minute left in the PK for Fox. Dylan has a poke at it. Puck in deep, off Costa stick, Fink with it. Fink rips one out of the zone. Ohio behind the net, Dylan has a swipe at it. Forces him back, Ryan picks him up. Ohio exits now. Through the middle, connects. Ryan turns him away, Dylan flips it out. Ohio regroups, 30 seconds left on the power play now. Through the middle, hits Kai's stick. In the zone, though. Ripped behind Mason. Dylan gives chase in the corner. Dylan's the first one there. Pokes it for Costa. He throws it out of the zone. Ohio sets this up. 5 seconds on the power play. Through the middle. Day with a stick on it. Enter the zone. Even strength now. Shot goes wide. Behind the net. Granville pokes this into the corner. Hartz gives chase. Doesn't get there. Granville behind the goal line with it. Ties him up. Gets help from Mason. And now Parker. Parker wins this out of the scrum. Chips. That's going to be an icing. Or not. Waved off. Goalie or D plays this. Tipped ahead. Skates it out. Around Hartz. Indy. Mason out. Through the middle. Connects. Kai tips to Hartz. Hartz to Day. Off Day's stick. Pokes around him. Day gets it back. Tries to cycle it. Throws this in deep now. Gives chase. Through the middle, Langen takes this away. Braxton picks this up. Braxton in around, hooks up his stick in the corner now. Columbus at the hash mark, thrown all the way down. Mason's going to play this, keep the clock moving. Andrew calls for it. Mason gives it to him. Andrew around the hit, drags it through. Andrew enters, over the ball, misses him. Easton tries to go back to Andrew, picked off. Andrew takes the body. Langen will take the puck. 4:44 left in the game here. Jack goes behind the net. Tight turn, and he's up. Flip slot's going to be an icing. Face off, one by Ryan. Off the boards, hits Adams' skate. Out of the zone now. Adams tries to go to Ryan, picked off. Ryan picks his pocket though. Ryan enters on the D. Shot, hits the crossbar. Chipped out by Columbus. Adams takes the hands away, but Columbus moves the puck in deep. Bank will be the first one there. Moves this along for Dylan. Dylan for Ryan. Ryan gathers, skates it in, over to Adams. Ryder in the corner, tied up. Pressure on it. Up top for Fink. Fink sends one through. Hits Dylan loose in the crease. Up in the air. Columbus through the middle. Connects. Fink with a skate on it. Fink for Adams to Dylan. Dylan splits the D. Dylan poke check. Throws one through the crease. Dylan behind the net with it. Puck in the corner. Thrown up. Granville holds the line. Columbus has this now. Soft chip, not out of the zone. Parker picks this up. Parker. Adams now behind the goal line. Up top for Granville. It's not going to get there. Poke past him. Ty takes this out of the zone. Ty enters the zone. Goes wide. Throws the breakdown. Rims this around for Hartz. Hartz. Cuts to the middle. Loose. Shot goes wide. Hartz. Backhands for Kai. Back to Mason. Up top for Granville. Shot tipped by Kale. Goes wide. Columbus can't get this out. Parker down for Kale. In his feet. Kale ties this up. Up rimmed around Granville. On net. Ball, drag, shot, and blocked. Ball to Andrew. Andrew goes down, gets it to Easton. He pokes it around. Gay picks this up, turns the corner, sends one through, save. It's off, gets by Andrew. Just rims this in deep. Fox touches up. Near side corner. Flips through the middle. Langen gloves this down. Drops to Andrew. Back to Jack. 2 minutes left. Langen, the ball. Ran off this puck. Through the middle, connects. Penny on the back check. Andrew pokes this away. Day scoops the puck up. Day with 3. Through the middle, hits ball off his stick. Behind the goal line, Columbus with it. Through the middle, Dylan picks this up off the bench. Dylan wheels, cuts through the middle. Chips around 1, chips around 2. He's knocked off this puck. And Taya picks him up. Ryan picks this up. Ryan enters, side of the net, throws the brakes on. Tries to cycle for Dylan. Ryan pulls this out. Center Santea shot blocked. 1:15 left. Toysher on it. Cuts to the middle. Gets a little help from Costa. Sends one through. On that. Save. High Hearts, Kale. Coops Fink. Face off one up to Fink. Drops for Kai. Kai shot is blocked. Langen gets there. Goes down. Or not Langen, Fink rather. Fink. Centers one. Nobody home. Kale gets a stick on this. Slows that down. Gets around Costa. Poke past that. Fink picks this up. Costa. Bouncing puck. Hartz. Hartz enters by himself. Now Kale joins. Throws it down to Kale. Come on, Kale. Picked up by Fink. Sends one through. That's blocked. Comes to Hartz. Hartz down to Kale. Kale back to Mason. Mason back to Kai. Picked off. Ohio exits. 25 seconds left. Parker picks this up. Up for Kai. Kai around one. Enters. Takes the drop. Tries to drag it around. Gets tied up. Kale pokes this along. Kai loses this. Columbus hits Hart's skate. That will do it for the game. Fox wins 5-0 tomorrow morning. Takes on Buffalo. 8 a.m. Well, 9 a.m. back home.